Hello everybody and welcome to this video on top 10 dinosaur games of 2021, where myself and Salate are going to be looking at, well, basically the top dinosaur games coming out in 2021. If you're new to the channel, I'm Shadows, where I've got lots of dino related content, so if you're looking for that sort of thing, I'd recommend subscribing for more. Now this video isn't in any particular order, there isn't a best or worst, it is simply as they come. So with that, I hope you enjoy the video and let's get into it. So first on the list, Prehistoric Kingdom. So Prehistoric Kingdom is much like Planet Zoo, where you take control of the park, you build everything, you raise everything, and you basically create the animal park of your dreams.
Prehistoric Kingdom.
Now Prehistoric Kingdom isn't out yet, it is due for release in Q2. When it's released, it's going to have 22 different species of animal, ranging from the woolly mammoth to the great T-Rex. Much like Planet Zoo, which I'm going to compare it to, it's going to be focused on the animals' needs and the guests' needs. Now, not to be confused with Jurassic World Evolution, where that was very much... it was great with the dinosaurs, you could, change your skins, etc., which you can do in Prehistoric Kingdom as well, but it lacked on the management side of things and guest needs. So Prehistoric Kingdom is going to be a lot like Planet Zoo, where you get all your guests' needs, etc.
And of course, you can also find some of the cute ones. It reminds me of mine back home.
You'd obviously manage the enclosure, where you'd have all types of decorations, rocks, feeders, etc., just like you would in other park simulators. Now, it's not confirmed if there's going to be aquatics in the game yet, but it is confirmed that there are semi-aquatics and small aviary enclosures. If you're into your park management sims with animals, dinosaurs, this game will be right up your street, due for release in Q2 of this year. Next up, let's take a look at Deathground.
Hey, Huntsman, we're in corridor 8 right now. There is a door malfunction. Any idea what's up? Huntsman?
Deathground is a solo and co-op survival horror game. So the aim of the game is to complete objectives, either via combat or stealth or teamwork, wherever it might be, and you'll have access to a range of items and weapons to complete these objectives and ultimately come away with some treasure. Now the game will be played first person and can be played up to 3 friends, where you'll be taking on these objectives versus the AI. So the dinosaur AI will be dynamic and reactive, so we'll be able to hunt you down and influence decision making for a tailored experience. Much like the Alien in Alien Isolation, if any of you have played that, I would have thought. So there will be special character classes with special traits, skills, tools, meaning if you are going to go for co-op, you'll have to choose relevant skills and traits to work together to make sure you complete these objectives. Now, as you can see from the video, the game looks absolutely gorgeous, which makes realistic and terrifying environments, to be fair. Gives you some great fear and anxiety, and it looks absolutely brilliant. The developers say that this game will have great replayability with different AI, different dinosaurs, different weather, random spawns and extraction points, dynamic objectives, all to create unique and intense gameplay sequences for each playthrough. There is not yet an announced release date, but if you check out the game's Steam and give it a follow, they will keep you up to date. I myself am looking forward to this one. Just a quick reminder, guys, if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to give it a like, and if you are new to the channel or you've been watching me for a while, I really hope you consider subscribing, because it will really help me out. Cheers. And next up, Dinosaur Fossil Hunter. In Dinosaur Fossil Hunter, you play as a paleontologist where you explore different lands, search for dinosaur fossils. So you'll search, dig, study the fossils and then prepare them and put them on display in your own museum. So to get these fossils, you head out in an off-road vehicle, search the area, which has deformable terrain as well. You'll have various excavation tools which you'll use to obviously get these fossils and take them back to your lab. Now to get these fossils you're going to use dynamite, shovels, whatever you can think of, pickaxe, even a chainsaw, so you can get these fossils and take them back to your lab. Now when you get these fossils back to your lab, they're obviously very delicate, so you'll need to clean the bones, make sure nothing is damaged before final assembly can be complete on your prehistoric skeleton. So you'll get to know what these look like by an in-game tablet and become a world-renowned paleontologist. After completing your dinosaur skeleton, it's then time to customize your museum. So arrange everything from your interior, plants, decorate the building, size of display, whatever you can imagine can be yours in your own museum. Creating your own prehistoric scene. Choose the elements, the plants, the rocks, even the ground type to display your dinosaur skeletons on. Now there isn't a scheduled release date yet for Fossil Hunter. It is just to be announced. So keep your eye out on Steam for this one to drop.
Next in this video is Palio Pines. Palio Pines is an upcoming dinosaur ranch game. So imagine it a little bit like Stardew Valley, where you start with a small farm and you've got to build it up and trade goods with townsfolk. That's the exact thing that will be happening in this game. You'll start off with a singular dinosaur, which will be a parasaur, and he'll be your mount and you'll be able to ride him around in the wilderness to find other dinosaurs, tame them and bring them back to your ranch and raise them. Palio Pines is said to be released in 2021. There's been no confirmed quarter of the year, but sometime this year. There'll be many dinosaurs with so many different colour patterns that you'll be able to find in the wilderness too. And you'll be able to customise all the pastures that they live in, and it seems like a very relaxing game. So a bit like Animal Crossing, where you have the freedom to just live life how you want to and tame these really cute stylised little dinosaurs.
Next we have Isle of Yore. Isle of Yore is a multiplayer game that aims to simulate an experience as life as a prehistoric animal. So the easiest way to compare this is to compare it to games much like the Isle. So gameplay will be centered around a single animal which you will control. So you'll control his hunger, his thirst, his life cycle. Now it's yet to be confirmed if there's going to be any additions to this, such as nesting, etc. But what they are going to get in is aquatics and potential flyers. So the screenshots and the development look really exciting. This entire project is led by a single developer, so it is going to take a bit longer than usual, but this guy is really passionate about what he does and is shaping up to look quite nice. There will be a whole roster of dinosaurs when it releases, and they are working towards a early access version for us to get our hands on. There will be numerous AI in the game, along with other features upon release. If you are interested in Isles of Yore, they have an active Discord and Steam page. Next up, the Isle EVRIMA. So if you guys have been on my channel, you guys will know about the Isle EVRIMA. So the Isle is a game which has been released for a while, but actually went into redevelopment with a brand new code called EVRIMA. So it's still fundamentally the same game where you start as a dinosaur, you pick up your own dinosaur, whether that's land-based, flying-based or water-based, which is going to be coming into the game, and you grow from a baby right through adolescence to adulthood. So fundamentally this is still a survival game at heart, where as a dinosaur you'll have to manage your hunger, your thirst and your health. So you'll have to hunt for AI if you're a carnivore, and much like the same thing if you're herbivore, hunt for the bush. if you make it to adulthood, you're then a fully fledged adult where you can explore the island and take on other carnivores or herbivore in PvP combat. Or if that's not your thing, you can settle down with a nice family and make more baby dinos and continue the cycle. So as I said earlier, the Isle is a game which has been out for a while, but they stopped development on that to create this new EVRIMA branch, which is released on Steam. It's obviously all under the Isle, but this new EVRIMA branch you'd have to opt into, where they're continuing their development on there for this new code, which will enable them to make all kinds of new improvements to the game, the addition of flyers, water types, more features. So if this sounds like your thing, check it out on Steam.
The next upcoming dinosaur game is Path of Titans. You could arguably say Path of Titans is already out as it's available as early access, but the full release has not been confirmed yet. Path of Titans is going to be another survival dinosaur game, but with a twist. They aim to make it kind of MMO-esque, where you'll have quests and you'll be able to explore a massive map with different objectives. There's a very unique system where you can earn currency to unlock new skins and different colours that you can use on those specific skins too. There's an awful lot to the game. They've confirmed that there's 10 species of dinosaur to begin with, all including subspecies too, but there's also many more dinosaurs that they'll be including in the game that were unlocked by stretch goals as the game was crowdfunded. Path of Titans is also available on mobile, which is really cool because you'll be able to play cross-platform with friends who are on the mobile edition as well. And they've also made some really intensive modding tools so the community can make their own servers with their own dinosaur models, mods, all sorts. They'll eventually be adding in seamless growth as well, so you start off as a juvenile and grow into an adult. Nesting will be implemented too, and if you're a nested in dinosaur you'll get additional perks as well as being the adults who raise the nested in dinosaurs. Development for this started in January 2019 and it's come a very long way since. So many dinosaurs have been added and they're very, very quick to keep their community involved. They'll always post videos and they'll ask people what they want, they'll ask for suggestions. The map's large, it's got varied biomes within, it's got like redwoods, jungle, massive lakes, a lot of underwater and fishing for giant dinosaur crocodiles, and it's a brilliant game in the works. I can't wait for it to be finished personally.
Next up, The Depths. So, The Depths is a semi-realistic prehistoric survival MMO game where the player can become a prehistoric creature of their choice from a different environment, such as swamps, oceans, or plains. The Depths will heavily focus on aquatic creatures and their interactions with other creatures in their environment. The game will feature 20 creatures at the start, from full aquatic creatures such as the mosasaur to semi-aquatic creatures much like the Spinosaurus. So it is online but will have a single player mode as well. They'll be focusing on quest systems, so it'll be kind of semi-realistic. So with this quest system you can grow and level up, which will actually impact your character's stats. They'll be introducing different works of mating, such as mating dances and bringing gifts. So there's nothing better than seeing your mate do a dance. So what is very interesting about this game and quite unique is dismemberment. So, for example, if you're in the ocean, you can actually rip off a fin, take a chunk out of someone's character, and it will show on the model. So it can show, you know, who's been in a fight with what. So The Depths does have a planned release, which is the 16th of September 2021. So I'll look forward to checking that out. Next up on our list, Ghana. Ghana is an epic horror adventure starring a guy called Anthony Sunder. He's a son looking for his missing mother and their expedition crew. His search leads him to a location of a ghost island inhabited by hostile members of a lost faction and feral fauna which was thought to be extinct. So a fair estimation for the game is kinda like The Forest, where you're going to manage your thirst, manage your hunger, but with additions. You'll have inventory space which you're going to have to manage, and the AI is quite advanced as well, where the dinosaurs in this prehistoric land will hunt you based on sight, smell, your camouflage, your movement, hearing. They all have their own stats where they'll actively come out to hunt when you're getting hungry. So there is no confirmed release for Ghana yet. It's currently in its crowdfunding stage. I believe that's now complete, and they're looking to start development. If you want to check it out, link is in the description.
It's time to go.
Last but certainly not least, Ark 2. So there's still very little out there in terms of actual gameplay released information, but what we do know is that the main formula of Ark is going to remain unchanged for Ark 2. So it'll be very much the same: taming dinosaurs, creating your base, making your own zoo, a multiplayer experience, first person / third person. It's due for release sometime in 2022 and will be coming to Xbox and PC as an exclusive. So at this moment in time, sorry PlayStation. With this new Ark 2, we'll obviously take advantage of the new cutting-edge technology we have on all platforms, so this game should look absolutely gorgeous. If you guys are not aware as well, we've got super fan of Ark involved in the project, Super Vin Diesel, who loves all things to do with Ark. So keep your eyes peeled for this one. I know I certainly will, being a big fan of the original arc.
Lights out, old friend.
And with that, it's the end of the video of this top 10. What do you think? Do you agree with the list? Is there everything on you were expecting? Was you expecting something else? Let me know in the comments down below. Massive thanks to Sellotape for doing some voiceovers as well. She also does all my thumbnails, so check her channel out. If you did enjoy it, I'd much appreciate a like and maybe consider subscribing if you want to see more from me. I'm Shadows. See you in the next one.